Welcome to the Raven Good Show. We are here today with Mr. Dallas and Mr. Simon. They're going to tell us a little bit about fashion, guys. I know that's kind of not sports, but we're going to change it up a little bit this year. We're going to put some icing on it, and we are in the coffee shop because we got some new things coming this year as well surrounding coffee. But right now, we're going to take it off with fashion. So I have Simon and I have Dallas. I'm sorry. Dallas, we'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Dallas Street. I am a corporate suit stylist for Jos A and Simon Tuxedo Clothiers. I am a health communications student in the field of health, also trying to do textiles is my minor. That's why I dress the way I dress. I like to style my best clients, and I want to help people in the medical.
Wow, that's nice. When did you first get into fashion? How old were you?
I was 10 or 11 years old. I think, as I was saying with Simon, I was really dressing up and just going to church and wearing a suit because that's my main forte. Because when I wanted to dress my best, not only for the Lord, but dress my best just because I know I have the talent and I know what goes and what doesn't go. I post on my social media all the time, and a lot of people, they give me the privilege to dress others and to teach others how things go.
Okay, so you're that's all over the world in fashion. And Simon, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a country boy at heart, so I was born from Memphis, California, and I got my minor in fashion while getting my associates in business as well. And then I just got done with my marketing degree. So I am a two-time degree person. I'm going back to school for my business and in my master's soon later on this year. The same thing. I grew up on fashion from my great grandmother, so passed down to me. So I think that's why I went and got my minor in fashion just because of that reason. But then, other than that, it just lived within my family, so fashion just within me.
Tradition. Yeah. I like that. You guys both are spiffy on the show today. So, and you both go to UNC, right?
No. So I actually went to college over
I
there.
go to UNC Charlotte, for minors.
All right, so I have a question for Simon, actually. In today's society, do you think men and women in suits have a better chance at being respected than people who aren't into suits as much?
That's actually a good question. I feel like yes, which is a more direct firm in a sense. People look at you different, give you more respect. Gives people question on what you do on daily life instead of where you're going.
Right.
And just might be just as community wants people to stop and ask just by the thing that you just on what you wear. So I think that's very important what you wear.
I always say I think your first impression is your outer appearance sometimes before you even speak, right? So, and what about you? You got any take on that question?
Just like you said, I think your attitude defines your gratitude. And I think men and women that dress their best, it's in this world today, it is really important. I think that the reason why I say in today's world is because a lot of people judge by appearance, and it is how the world is. But then again, people want to expand on their wardrobe. I think that's what catches my eye personally. I think that I really love the fact that even though people love to do what they do as far as occupation-wise or just go as far as trying to be successful in the world, I think your appearance is always going to have that level of expertise. It's going to, of course, want to level up where you're going because you can be shaking, one man's hand, just, dress probably 9 to the 9, and then you turn around, you dress that way. So it's like, I may respect that man.
That's what he has on. Valid point. Yeah. What's the biggest mistake people make when buying or wearing a suit? And how can they avoid it?
We know.
Who wants to take
We know that for sure.
Simon, give us a peeks on there, and then we'll come back to you.
Just wearing too tight or too big. That can make or break you. Just by that one mistake. I see people, especially some of my clients, wear 3 sizes too big or maybe 2 sizes too tight to wear bust out, and people, like I said, people judge.
I have seen some very big dragging suits on some people before. They needed to be, maybe altered or taken up. Yeah. What about you, Simon?
I can't wait for this, and I'm going to tell you, when it is so important when the suit fits when it's supposed to fit. It is so particular. I'm a guy who wears suits all the time, so every time I look at someone, just that contour, just like Doc always taught us, that tape measure always going to be the most important thing. We always measure people up, and we always do it by tape measure. And tell them the size they're supposed to wear. And so when they put it on and how it may not feel or fit the way that they may not be used to, it is really important because fit is always important in this world, because when you wear a suit that doesn't fit you the right way, people are going to notice that, and it's going to be like, I don't know, maybe a little too sloppy, or it may not look right. You see a lot of people that have those well-dressed mannerisms, and their suits or pantsuits, of course, for women too. It makes you stand out a little bit more. Like, this person, this man or woman knows where they're going. It looks like it makes sense because what they have on and the way they're wearing it and it fitting their body type, we're gonna respect that more. And so wearing that button too tight or wearing them high water pants with the taco socks or something, it gets me, and I can't.
Wow.
I can stand it.
What's the favorite color combo for you? And especially helping a customer or a client.
I'm more of a high type.
I know earlier you said something about earth tones.
Yeah.
So you like earth tone.
I don't know. Well,
You wore some crazy colors, man.
yeah.
You have? Oh man, I wish you would have brought.
knows?
I wish you would have worn something crazier.
It's a cloudy day, so
Is it raining?
Well, if I had to pick my favorite, it had to be pink and blue. But I do a lot of combination of colors. But if I had to pick my favorite, it had to be pink and blue.
For me, my favorite color combo is, I'm gonna throw in 3 colors in there. I'm gonna say green, brown,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. That's 4 is green, right? That hunter green.
a little bit, yeah. That's green, brown, and a little bit of orange. And I say a little bit of orange because I want that little bit of orange to be in that tie. So that earth tone thing goes really well. I mix and match. People on the Instagram see it all the time, but I go to church, mix and matching all the time. I'll do my sport coat, because I honestly have more sport coats than suits. And people think that it's about the same, but the reason why is because I want to show people the different things of how you can mix and match colors.
Right.
Then you can make so many more suit combinations. You can even do, like you said, pink and blue. Something like what I'm doing here. I'm doing a little charcoal and white, a little bit of red, because that goes with the corporate colors. And you have your so anything really goes. You just gotta make sure you make it right, or you're gonna look like a Leroy Brown or a deal.
That is funny.
So
So you guys you working at a fashion shop, right? You said,
I
in the
do.
same way so you guys are doing this day to day. Do you? I'll just throw this question out here. Do suits create confidence, or do they reflect confidence? Well, how does it reflect the confidence that people have?
Well, I want to say that in this example, the man makes the suit is not me. And I think that if you actually, a lot of people are saying before, they don't really wear the proper fit. The proper fit is really important. And so I think that when you wear something that actually fits you right, it can bring out that confidence in you. I think I really do feel good. It looks good. And I think I had to develop that over my years, because being young and wearing a suit, it was never easy.
Right.
So I think that when I developed that, I see my grandparents do it and my dad do it as well, and he's starting to get more into it. So I think that when you have, I would say, just the proper fit, and when you wear something that actually looks great on you. For example, when we're working together, I look at things that eye color makes a difference too. Someone with blue eyes may look great like a blue suit, or someone's like green. Brown eyes, some may look great with a charcoal, because charcoal and brown go really well. They're its own colors. So I think that when what goes and what doesn't go, you're actually making the suits. If the man is or woman is making a suit or pants, and the suit is not making them. It exposes their confidence just of what they have inside, and it just brings that out. Because I feel like everyone has different tools in their lives. It's just that in the world we live in, dressing in a very corporate aspect, it brings out your true, I wouldn't just say feelings, but just desires in life.
For sure. That's a good. No, go ahead.
Where
Good.
you can go down the street, I'm not saying all the time, but per se, if you're looking for a ball on the budget, I do it all the time.
We all do.
I can go down the street and spend about $100, but it seems like I spend about $300 or $400.
Right. I love that comeback and feedback that you guys have shared. I think we want to say thank you for that. What's some time when you have hard customers, like a client, to help find the perfect suit or dress?
So I actually had a customer this was like 3 or 4 years ago. Me and I laugh about this all the time. So we actually had a guy wedding to go to same day. He maybe came in at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The wedding was at 4 o'clock. And we were mad busy. It was on Saturday. Of course, we're running around. It's mad busy. We're short staffed. The guy comes in. He tells us how we're ready to go to. I was like, cool. everything is about 3 or 4 days. He tells us here, no, it's in 3 hours. So we all rode stock. We basically stopped with what we were doing with everybody else. We just focused on this dude. So literally we had to measure him up. And this dude was about my height, 5'6", but he was a little bit chunky, so it was kind of hard to fit him. So luckily, we found him. Jack, it was kind of big on him to the alteration time. But luckily, we know somebody else tried to get him done. So thank God we got him in and out.
Right. That sounds like a tough day. That sounds like somebody getting ready for a wedding.
It literally was like getting for a wedding.
Had that happen?
And just like, dog, this man is veteran in what we do. He's a guy who measured the highest people, the lowest people in corporate to the highest people. As we were saying, I think I get all my knowledge from a guy like Dog. He's a guy that with Simon and I had built off of, branched minds off of, and we were sponging off of to how we know that we had. But I had the same thing. I want to say, the day at the job, this guy, he was a musician, and this is something this is why I say do not buy clothes too tight. The night before, ripped right out his pants. This man had on everything. So he had on, I think he had a red blazer, charcoal pants. He had on a charcoal and red tie. And so one thing we had to do was we had to do something that went through. We had to get something that at least, if not the same pant, something that matched. And so that same day, he said before he came in, he said, "Man, I gotta get this. I really have an important thing to go to. Come on, man, we're gonna get you right." And I want to thank God for him coming to me and to let me do this. Instead of doing charcoal pants, we had a white shirt on. We did the same red blazer. We did the same red and charcoal tie. But then again, what we did was we did a black shirt and then we did charcoal pant with a little bit of black in there to tie with the shirt. So it was like a window pane, it was like a charcoal window pane. And so the reason why is because I think that it was a blessing in disguise. What he had on for the pen was, it was plain, it was good. But I think that it was a blessing for me and him because I was able to style him. Then again, he was able to see something that looked even better. And he came in not too long saying, Dallas, I'm missing on my stuff now. I can make 11 more suits.
You changed his life in fashion, and that fashion is important. Like you said, it branching off your confidence and things. You made him feel better. Now you got him mixing and matching. That's a great takeaway.
That's what we both do.
I like that.
We both do.
That is awesome to know. So before we get into our Raven Good questions, because we do want to thank Simon and Dallas for being here once again with us. Before we get into our Raven Good questions, I just want to see if you guys have any takeaways that you want to share with our audience today. Also, give them a few tags of where they can find you and some of your latest style. All right, I'll start with Simon. Anything that you just want to share, like this year and what you're going to do as far as your fashion company, what you want to do better? Is it something you want to kind of lay back on? You go for it.
So definitely a lot more networking, not just in Charlotte, but a little bit more out of Atlanta, California, New York, Florida. So I was looking at a few of the fashion shows to go to as well. So my networking, so as well as vacations. So a little bit more vacations this year. So I'm planning to go to Cancun.
I know, I saw this man.
Simon, the way Simon taking it off the back is like, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, you're doing it.
Yeah, a lot more different places to, of course, venture out. Instead of distance, but of course, just a little bit more me time this year. So
I love that for you.
So the well deserved for this year. Other than that, looking more clients for weddings. So I'm also a wardrobe wedding consultant.
I don't think you said that.
Yeah, so I do
but that's
that. So I do that as well. So that's kind of my plan.
Good. We like to see you standing on business and then you're manifesting it. So it's yours. I love that for you. What about you, Dallas? Give us a nice takeaway. What are you standing on this year?
I'm telling you, I'm really standing on this business this year. Because I'm going to tell y'all, the thing for me is, I think, just like Simon, me and Simon are really going to be branching out and actually doing that whole wedding consultation thing and probably going to take that whole thing by storm. And we were talking about, doing more of those and setting up more events as well. And I really thank him for that. But for me, I would say that a big takeaway that I'm going to do for this year is work towards my textile dream and hopefully in the future having my own custom store in the future. Having to be able to use the talents that I know and mind you, just like Donna taught us, that tape measure, contours, chest, overarm, wig, hip, whatever. and doing outseen and all that stuff. I think that I have dressed, and I think God really put a passion inside of me, because every time I talk about suits, I get really happy.
Right. Oh, nice.
So
That's
I think
good to
that
know.
I want to continue that, continue my dream in the health field, for my course material, and continue doing that. And I want to just keep in it.
Hey, healthcare, you may make some people feel good with some fashion tips. You have to.
That's
Well,
what
that is all right. That is good to know, guys. I'm seeing all of it coming to fruition for you guys this year. I see all of it happening. I do need to visit your fashion store so I can come take a look
Got you.
around. But so we're gonna get right into the Raven Good questions. First, I'll start with Miss Dallas. I'm sorry, you guys are starting to look too much alike. All right. So, have you ever been on a date and your fashion style is here, but your date may have not met the fashion requirements? What are you doing? How are you handling that? Same night.
So
That's something question too.
here's my thing. So I would say, even before I went on, the date with this woman, great woman, by the way, me and her liked each other as well to start with. And so it was like a really nice steakhouse restaurant, it was like business casual. I wore like a sport coat, some slacks, brown belt, brown shoes, some match, of course. And then we were there, and she pulled up in an essentials hoodie and some jeans. And so I didn't know how to take, because like I'm just sitting there like, man. But through then, after that, we went on many other dates, because of course after that, it just, she actually came to me. She was like, I actually want to dress a little more like you, because I want this to work out. So I don't want you to have an image of me that's bad. So of course we ended up dating, but ever since then, dressing the part.
Yeah.
She's been dressing up, and that's just her vibe. So
So you basically did it again with changing the mindset right through fashion, right? That's pretty motivating, Dallas.
Yeah.
That's pretty motivating. I would ask Simon, what is a great first impression look? Or give us a tip we can take away, so we'll know how to approach our next date.
So with me, at least, I like to keep it simple, especially if I'm just out and about just running errands, at least by myself. But a good impression, like first fit, especially if I like to be comfortable. Something like sweats, and then probably have on something to complement like my sweats, and then probably like a bomber jacket, and then matching shoes to go with it.
Okay.
And I remember actually a girl that I actually met. I was actually in Starbucks one time, and I was just chilling on like brown sweats, on like a cream jacket, or actually a cream hoodie with like a brown bomber jacket.
Okay.
And like on Tim's, and a girl noticed, and she came up and talked to me, and then not to sound bougie as well, but I like to get my nails done as well.
Okay, so
so-
in his
Yeah.
own
I
horn.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I think that's one of like the first things that she noticed. And guys, it's not ashamed to get your nails done. I would highly recommend it.
Of course.
But it's like you said, it's one of those first appearances for people to notice, and I think that's what she definitely said at first was like my style in some way. So I think that's what kind of gave it away.
Yeah.
So we went on a couple dates as well, kind of leading into it. But it got to the certain point where she told me that it was to the point where she spent too much money on clothes, just because I was pretty much spending money on clothes like every other week that we were going on dates. It was something that I always wore.
That could be a good or a bad takeaway now.
And it definitely works out the pros and cons. So I mean, it's definitely cool and fun to dress up, because you may never know who you meet or who likes it per se.
Of course.
So,
You never know who you're going to run into. I tell my peers all the time that, however you approach yourself or however you carry yourself, it kind of goes a long ways with you. Because some days I don't feel like dressing up and putting on clothes, but I know that it's just a different approach that day when I do get up and put on clothes. I just have a completely different outcome of the day. So fashion is important, guys. So again, we want to say thank you, Dallas and Simon, for coming on the Raven Good Show today and giving us your fashion tips. Next time we will visit your fashion company and we'll just kind of take a look there. All right, so tell us where they can find you, Simon.
You can find me on Instagram at Street and Stylist, and you can find me on Facebook at Young Simba.
Nice. And Mr. Dallas, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at I am Dallas Street or at Jos A Bangs, as well as in South Park, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. All
You
right.
can find me there too at that same store.
Okay. All right. Well, until next time, with more fashion tips on the Raven Good Show, we will holla. Deuces.